I'm not gonna lie to you guys, the last 48 hours on the channel have been wildly entertaining. We have the Blake Snell trade. Also, today, we're gonna talk about how he called out the Rays, and it's actually pretty funny. He threw some shade at them. There's a small little trade that we have to talk about with Jose Alvarado going to the Phillies. If you have no idea who that is, it's actually something that could play out very well in the long term for the Phillies, so we'll talk about that trade. But before we do, like I mentioned, it's been wildly entertaining, not only because of the trades, but what has been happening over on Twitter on my Twitter account, @FuzzyFromYT. So 2 days ago, I got a response from Jeff Passan, kind of the leader in breaking amazing stories, trades, signings, anything like that. Jeff Passan, he bodied me. Now, it was completely fun. He was not serious, I promise you guys. Then I got a response from John Heyman, kind of like the 1A, or the 1B, I should say, to Jeff Passan's 1A. And then all of a sudden, he blocked me. I have no idea why that happened. And then on top of that, Jeff Passan responded with yet another nuke because I said, hey, Passan and Heyman have responded to me in the last couple hours. I should be getting a job at MLB Network or Barstool Sports. And then he pretty much says, yeah, that's never going to happen. Again, he's not being serious. I've talked to him, super awesome guy. But yeah, follow me on Twitter. It's a lot of fun over there. But without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about the meat and potatoes of today's video. Remember, we have Blake Snell calling out the Rays, and we have that Jose Alvarado trade going from the Rays to the Phillies. But two things I forgot to mention in the last week. One, Howie Kendrick, the World Series hero just a few seasons ago. He is officially stepping away from the game of baseball. And then Phil Niekro, one of the most electric and exciting players of all time because of his knuckleball. He passed away recently at the age of 81, so I wanted to go ahead and pay my respects both to Howie Kendrick and Phil Niekro because they meant an awful lot to the game of baseball, and especially with Phil Niekro and MLB The Show. I mean, they didn't even put him in the game anymore. He was that good. So Jose Alvarado is being shipped to the Philadelphia Phillies. It was a 3-team trade, but to be honest with you guys, the other names that I saw, they weren't crazy important, so I'll go ahead and just let you read it on the screen. But Jose, in his first 2 seasons of Major League Baseball, he was absolutely lights out. He had a 2.79 ERA and a 2.36 FIP in his first 93 innings, and that was in large part because he never gave up home runs. But in 2020, his home runs per 9 ballooned to 2, and then he also walked 33 hitters in 39 innings. That is completely awful. You are not going to be a pitcher in Little League, let alone Major League Baseball, if you're walking pretty much 1 hitter per inning. It's just never going to work out. So I'm hoping that the Phillies have a plan in place where they can maybe turn around what has been a pretty rough last season and a half for Jose Alvarado. I know that he had some injury concerns as well, but he had an electric first 2 seasons. He still has a very high ceiling. Lefties cannot touch this guy when he is on top of his game. And what do we think about the Phillies? They're good offensively, but on the pitching side, they 100% have to get better and add some depth, and this is where they are trying to begin. I'm hoping that they sign a starter in the next couple days. I don't think that's going to happen, but if they can get a Liam Hendricks or a Brad Hand, that would be a pretty successful offseason thus far, but they shouldn't be content with that just yet. Now, speaking of trades, we all know that Blake Snell is no longer part of the Rays, and when you think about it, the Rays are just offloading everyone. A lot of people have been wondering if Kevin Kiermaier might be out the door as well, because first it was Blake Snell, then it was Jose Alvarado, then Kevin Kiermaier. I mean, it just makes sense, and I don't know the exact plan in place for the Rays. Are they trying to rebuild? What are they doing? I can't really put my finger on it, so maybe you guys can let me know in the comment section down below. But Blake Snell threw some shade at his former team by saying he's excited to go more than 5 innings with the Padres.
Being able to, push it and, challenge myself and go a 3rd time through the order and stuff like that. I'm very excited about it. I mean, I believe in myself a lot. I believe I put the work in to be able to face the time 3-4 times, face a lineup 3 to 4 times. And I'm excited about that. I know I'm going to get the opportunity here. I know they're going to, trust me and let me go.
He just got right to the point, and he was excited to be able to have a manager that trusts in him. Hopefully, I'm not sure how it's going to work because we saw what happened when Fernando Tatis Jr. pimped a home run and hit a grand slam on a 3-0 count. His manager, I don't even remember his name, but he came after Fernando Tatis and said, we should not be doing that, instead of, hey, that was fun, and also that we've blown leads in the past of 6 and 7 runs. So Fernando Tatis Jr. homering on a 3-0 count really does nothing but benefit us. You're disrespecting the game. Allow Blake Snell to go 6 or 7 innings if he's on fire, because we saw Kevin Cash pretty much throw away the chance to win a World Series because he took out Blake Snell. Now, maybe through the third time of the order, Blake Snell was not able to combat the Dodgers anymore. Maybe Mookie Betts, who was awful against lefties in 2020, maybe he got a little dribbler for a base hit, and then that was followed by a home run. So a bloop and a blast situation. To me, Blake Snell would have done amazing in that 6th inning, so I would have not taken him out. But he did the same thing with Charlie Morton. So Kevin Cash is all about the analytics as opposed to caring about the feelings of the players and the competitiveness that lives within them. So Blake Snell, hopefully going forward, can really just hone in on his skills and just be a dominant electric force in that Padres rotation. And I think it's going to happen. They're going to do some damage in 2021, possibly even a World Series. I'm saying it right now. They're that good. The Dodgers are amazing as well, but the Padres, they've made some noise. So the final story that I want to talk about today, this is coming from the brand new general manager of the Chicago Cubs, fresh off his first trade. What is he doing? Trading Yu Darvish for Zach Davies, who is pretty good. I would say that's a nice return, but you got to get more than 3 prospects who are 20 years old and younger. Some of them are like 16, 17 years old. So he pretty much said, we have not been able to extend a lot of these players to extend that window. He means the championship window when they won back in 2016. That's a fact. So with that, we know that we're coming to the end of this group of players, a wildly successful franchise-changing run with this group of players. We're coming to the end. What is he saying? He trades away Yu Darvish, and then he puts this out there. If I'm a Cubs fan and I'm reading this, I'm thinking to myself, wait, are you saying that the 2016 run that we can't extend those players anymore? So is he inferring that Chris Bryant is going to be shopped? Is he inferring that Javier Baez is going to be moved, or maybe even Kyle Hendricks? I don't know what to make of this quote. And then he added on top of it that the Darvish trade was not because of financial reasoning. So he's really just not making sense. In one quote, he's saying that they can't extend the window of their championship run because those players, they garner far too much of a salary and they can't afford to play all of them. But then he's saying that the Yu Darvish trade was not due to financial reasons when they got Zach Davies and 3 or 4 prospects that are barely even, they can't even drink yet. So I'm not entirely sure what Jed Hoyer is doing. To me, this is not a good look. This reminds me when the owner of the Indians, Dolan, I think his name is Paul Dolan, I can't remember, his brother owns the Knicks. So if you're a Dolan, you are just not meant to own a Major League Sports franchise. Let me just say that right now. But Dolan, once upon a time, told the Indians fan base to enjoy Francisco Lindor while you can, essentially inferring that he's not going to be a member of the team going forward. So please, just while he's playing for us, enjoy him, because you're not going to be able to in 2 or 3 years. And that's pretty much what the Cubs general manager Jed Hoyer is inferring, in my opinion. I could be wrong, so if I am, let me know what you think of the current state of the franchise, because to me it seems like there's a little bit of disarray. I think there's even a Chicago Bear player, or maybe he's a former player. I'll put it up on the screen right now. He's pretty much saying, enough, stop trading away our best pieces. He was responding to a rumor that Wilson Contreras was about to get traded as well. So just so much to talk about. I'm actually happy that I've been blocked on Twitter by John Heyman and being responded to by Jeff Passan, because it just makes everyone kind of, it feels a little bit that like this channel means something, that we're being seen, and I really enjoy that. So I want to say thank you all so much for your support. I would not be able to do this without every single one of you. So just a little shout out to all the viewers. Stay safe out there, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.